The year is 1590. A ship slices through the grey Atlantic, carrying Governor John White back to Roanoke Island after 3 years away. He returns for his family, his daughter Eleanor, and his granddaughter Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. As the ship nears shore, a strange silence greets them. No welcoming cries, no smoke from chimneys. The settlement is eerily quiet. Dread settles over White and his men. The air is still. The forest, the birds, even the insects, silent. They call out Eleanor, Ananias, Virginia. Only the wind answers. The palisade stands intact, but the gate swings open. Inside, the houses are gone, deconstructed, as if they never existed. Weeds and vines reclaim the ground. It's a ghost town, but without ghosts. White searches desperately for any sign, a struggle, a message, a grave. Nothing. No bodies, no bones, no graves. 117 people have vanished. Then he sees it, carved into a post, a single word, Croatoan. No sign of distress, no Maltese cross. Just a word. Is it a clue, a destination, or a warning? The silent sentinel stands, guarding a secret it will not tell. Let's go back to 1587. 117 settlers, families, not soldiers, cross the ocean seeking a new life. Led by Governor John White, they arrive on Roanoke Island, a place of wild beauty and promise. They build homes, clear land, and erect a palisade, carving out a piece of England in the wilderness. But this paradise has its own rules. Oppressive heat, relentless insects, unfamiliar land. The local Socotan and Croatan tribes watch from the shadows, wary from past encounters with the English. Tensions simmer beneath a fragile peace. One wrong move could ignite disaster. The settlers are isolated, surrounded by an ocean of wilderness. Their hopes are real. A bountiful harvest, peaceful trade, a future for their children. But so are their fears. Starvation, disease, the unknown lurking beyond the firelight. Each night, the sounds of the forest close in. Every snap of a twig is a question. Are we safe? Will we survive? The first months are a struggle. Crops fail, food dwindles, and the settlers are unprepared for the harsh new world. Optimism fades, replaced by anxiety. The forest feels less like paradise, more like a prison. Tools vanish and reappear. Whispers echo from the woods. Strange lights flicker at night. The local tribes grow distant. Trade ceases. An invisible wall rises between cultures. Then, tragedy. George Howe goes fishing and is found dead days later. The fragile peace shatters. Fear and suspicion take root. Governor White urges calm, but the seeds of conflict are sown. The colonists realize they cannot survive the winter without help. Supplies are running out. They plead with White to return to England for aid. He is torn but agrees, promising to come back. The farewell is wrenching. John White promises his daughter and granddaughter he'll return soon. The journey back to England is plagued by storms and delays. When he arrives, England is at war. The Spanish Armada threatens invasion. Every ship is commandeered for defense. White is trapped, his pleas ignored. Days become weeks, weeks become years, 3 long years. White is haunted by visions of Roanoke, his family, their suffering. He begs, lobbies, spends his own money, but war swallows all hope. Finally, in 1590, the war ends. White secures passage on a privateering ship, not a rescue mission, but his only chance. After more delays and heartbreak, he sails for the New World, driven by a single purpose, to find his family and the Lost Colony. What greets John White is desolation, not battle, not massacre, but absence. The houses are dismantled, not destroyed. Cannons and boats are gone. The settlement is a puzzle with too many missing pieces. White and his men search for days, calling out names into the silent forest. No sign of panic or violence, just the sense that the colony packed up and left. Tracks lead away, but fade into the undergrowth. White's buried belongings are found, looted and ruined. A storm forces them back to the ship. The only clue: Croatoan. White plans to sail to Croatoan Island, but the storm rages for days, damaging the ship. The captain refuses to risk further. White is forced to return to England, heartbroken and without answers. Croatoan, the only message left behind, carved into a post. Another tree bears the letters CRO, as if the colonists were interrupted. This was deliberate, not random. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island and a friendly tribe. Before leaving, White had arranged, if they had to move, carve the destination. If in distress, add a Maltese cross. There was no cross. It suggested they left voluntarily, perhaps to join the Croatoan people. But why dismantle the settlement? Why no further message? White never reached Croatoan Island. The storm and a reluctant captain stopped him. He returned to England, never knowing the fate of his family. Croatoan was his last, tantalizing clue. A riddle carved in wood, the beginning of a legend. For over 4 centuries, the fate of Roanoke has haunted America. Theories abound. The most hopeful: the colonists assimilated with the Croatoan tribe, surviving by merging cultures. Some explorers later reported seeing Native Americans with grey eyes and light hair. Others believe the colonists were attacked by the Spanish or hostile tribes, but the evidence doesn't fit. Another theory: the colony broke apart, some lost at sea, others scattered inland, their English identity fading into legend. Archaeologists still search for answers: pottery, tools, a child's toy. But the silence remains. Into that silence, we pour our own fears and hopes. But what if the answer isn't in the soil, but in legend? Local tribes spoke of a malevolent spirit haunting Roanoke. Did the colonists awaken something ancient and vengeful? The legend of Virginia Dare endures, transformed into a white doe. She roams the forests, a symbol of the Lost Colony. Supernatural tales offer explanations for the inexplicable: strange lights, whispers, total disappearance. Perhaps Croatoan was not a place, but a name, a spirit, a curse. These are ghost stories, not history, but they are part of Roanoke's legacy. They remind us that some mysteries may never be solved, and that the world is still a place of wonder and terror. Today, Roanoke Island is peaceful. Tourists walk the paths, visit the reconstructed fort, and watch the story of the lost colony. But at dusk, the weight of the mystery lingers. The ghosts of Roanoke are not spirits, but unanswered questions. The story is a cautionary tale about the clash of cultures, the fragility of hope, and the power of nature. The colonists' dreams were snuffed out by a wilderness they could not master. We may never know what happened. The clues are too few, the silence too deep. Perhaps one day a definitive answer will be found. Perhaps not. The mystery may remain, a blank page in our history, a wound that never heals. And so we are left with a word carved into a post: Croatoan, a riddle that endures, a silent sentinel guarding its secret. What happened to the lost colony? The forest knows, the sand knows, the water knows, but they are not telling.